Yo, what's going on, boys? Welcome back to another video, and I'm sorry if I sound a little bit off today, and I'm sorry for not uploading, of course, for 5 days. I actually had a very slight fever. You know, with the whole coronavirus going on, it was a little bit scary, but I am recovering now, so I thought I would make this video, and I really enjoyed making the other video on Project Supreme and just playing Strucid while talking to you guys about a subject. And today, the subject I'll be talking about is playing Strucid in 2020. Now, before I start talking about anything, I want to give you guys a little bit of backstory on Strucid, on kind of how I started playing Strucid, when I started playing Strucid, all of that. So, the game Strucid was released in October of 2018, so around a year and 5 months, 6 months ago, a year and a half ago. Of course, it was modeled after Fortnite. It was supposed to be the new Roblox Fortnite with all this amazing building, which it was. It did live up to that name. And I started playing around October 20th of 2018. So I was I have the early tester accessory on. I'd been playing the game for such a long time. Like, I was one of the very first people to play this game very shortly after release, and the way I found it is actually off a YouTube video. And at this point, the game was maybe hitting 20 players. Found it off a YouTube video. So of course, I bought the game for around 25 Robux. I think it was entry free. I used to play the free weekends as well, which were really epic. And the game was just getting updated time and time again. There was never a point where it wasn't getting updated. Like, it would maybe get 2 or 3 updates a week. More content creators began uploading about it. More big streamers, big YouTubers made videos on it. It was just incredible. But unfortunately, as time went on, Strucid began to lose quality an incredible amount. So basically, we're talking about Strucid in 2019, the early months of 2019. Strucid was still popping at this point, but updates slowly began to decrease in consistency. Andrew had actually stopped updating the game every week. It was now every 2 weeks to a month-ish. And players were starting to realize, wow, this game is slowly dying. And I believe in the very early months of 2019, Strucid was maybe at its peak. It was hitting 40,000 players. It was front page, maybe even top game at some points on Roblox. And the game was popping, and we're talking 2019 January, maybe 2019 February and March. But as we got into the summer of 2019, the updates really died, and now we're getting updated maybe once a month. I believe Zone Wars had come out, which was quite a big update, and was really the only thing keeping the game alive. Player base had dropped from 40,000 to maybe 10,000. Still makes it a very popular game, but as time went on, we're now talking September of 2019 to December of 2019, the game just completely died. As we went into the late months of 2019, I'm talking September 2019 to December 2019, the game slowly began to drop off. It went from 10,000 players to 5,000 players, and now in 2020, it's at 3,000 to 5,000 players. And why does Susa die? The real reason is the complete lack of updates, the complete lack of content, all of that. And there's really only one person to blame for this, and that is Andrew, or Phoenix Signs. He is the solo developer of Strucid. There's no other developers for Strucid, which is a big issue. But of course, Andrew's money hungry and wants everything for himself, all the Robux he can get, and Strucid has just began to die. Andrew started working on another game in 2020, meaning he has even less time to work on Strucid, and content creators have just completely disbanded off of Strucid. For example, Squad Den and Westrum, and even Joey, I believe, is moving on to Arsenal for good reason. And the complete lack of updates is just incredible to me. Like, you have a game that used to be the top game on Roblox, and instead of updating it, you choose to make another game. if you updated this game, you would make way more than whatever the other game is making. It's just laziness. It comes down to laziness, in my opinion. Laziness and demotivation on Andrew's part. And he is a terrible developer. He's a completely terrible developer. Not in the fact that he doesn't know how to code, but in the fact that in the way he treats his community. In the way he treats his community, in the way he treats his game, etc., etc. And this complete lack of content and updates is really just the epitome of this downfall. So we're seeing many people, hundreds, thousands of people talking about this, and Andrew just has not done anything. In 2020, we have seen one update, one content update from Strucid, and that of course was a box fights update which came out maybe a month ago, and of course it was rumored to come out in February, meaning after they rumored it to come out, it took them over a month to release. And I was in a Discord group chat with Andrew, and the exact reason he didn't update it is because first Nariok, did not make the map, and after Nariok made the map, Andrew just would not work on it. He started working on his other game and just would not work on Strucid. He would not work on box fights, and finally when it came out, it was a rushed and just really anticlimactic game mode, and you had to use a VIP server for it. And why would he make it so you had to buy a VIP server for it? Because he makes more money if he makes it not an actual game mode but a VIP server command. So he is money hungry, and it really just comes down to him at the end of the day. So in 2020, playing Strucid is really boring. It's not fun. It's anticlimactic. It's nothing like what it used to be in 2018. The mechanics have evolved, of course, but updates, the lack of updates. Andrew, what are you doing, man? That's all I have to ask. That's really all I have to ask. Anyone who criticizes him gets banned off of his game. There's no freedom of press around Strucid, and it really is a terrible time for Strucid right now. In 2020, content creation scene of Strucid is dying. It's mostly just professional players, professional clippers, professional 1v1ers. That's really the content creation scene. Joey, who's our last hope for actual fun content, has just gone silent. He's gone to Arsenal. He uploads very few Strucid videos. The staff team for Strucid in 2020 is just awful. There's no structure to it. The staff members are all young and just completely reckless. I don't understand what is going on. What happened to this game that used to be one of my favorite games, a game that I always played, a game I was an admin for. If you guys do not know or do not follow me a lot, I was an admin for Strucid. I became admin in, I believe, June or July of 2019, and I've been a staff member of Strucid since November of 2018, and I retired a month ago because Andrew threatened to ban me over a lot of things. A video will come on the situation soon, but for now, I just want to talk about playing Strucid in 2020. The actual game. The game, it would be fun if it wasn't just the same thing every single day. For new players, they might find it exciting for a week or two before they realize that there's no content updates, before they realize that the only thing you can do is kill terrible noob 12-year-old players in pub games time and time again. Zone Wars is just full of sweats and cheaters. Battle Royale is just a joke. It is full of cheaters. It is rushed. It has terrible mechanics. Just don't play Battle Royale if you're going to play Strucid. And the really only good thing about Strucid is the fact that 1v1s and box fights exist. That's the only fun part of Strucid. And new players will leave after a week or two. Old players are all leaving at this point. And it's just a terrible, awful game. I'm just going to say it how it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. Just because I was an admin for the game. I can't sugarcoat it anymore with Andrew. So, should you play Strucid in 2020? That's a real question to ask. And I'm going to say no, straight up. Don't play Strucid. Play something better. Play something that gets updates. Play something such as, I don't know, Fishing Simulator, Phantom Forces, those games. Those games are getting incredible amounts of updates. And those games, like for example, Stylus Studios has devoted its entire, literally the group has devoted their entire lives to making Final Forces and earning money off of it, which is completely fair. Andrew has college, he cannot do that. However, he definitely has the time. For example, in December of 2019, Christmas 2019, Andrew told me he was off for a month. He had a month break in December of 2019. And what update did we see in December of 2019? We saw the Christmas update. And what was this Christmas update? This so-called Christmas update. It was just a item shop update, and they covered the map in snow. Those are the two things. Item shop and covering the map in snow. What is that? First of all, Andrew doesn't even make maps, and he has someone else who does that called Nariox. And it's just incredible to me. Item shop updates? Is that really all you're gonna do for Christmas? Like, come on. 200 Robux skins, pickaxes, that's it? And you don't even make those. The only person who makes those are the modelers. He literally relies off of other people, but refuses to hire another dev. Like, if you're gonna rely off other people, why wouldn't you just hire another developer instead of just having yourself who can actually add content updates to the game? So, should you play Susa in 2020? No, it's boring. It's incredibly boring. Should you play Strucid if we rewind back to 2018 when the game first came out? My opinion would have been a lot different. I would have said, yes, go play the game. It's an amazing game. Play it, please. But now, I'm just completely dumbfounded by the developer and by the game and by the lack of updates and everything. So, honestly, the game is not dead. It is dying, but it's not dead. And it won't be dead for probably a few months to follow this. I can't wait until Strucid is at 1,000 players so I can really shove it in Andrew's face. But for now, we have to deal with it how it is. All the old players just come on the game and either sweat, or there's a bunch of new players who are going to leave the game in due time anyways. And honestly, that's all I have to say about this game. It's just, playing in 2020 is anticlimactic, man. It's boring and anticlimactic. The things Andrew's done to anyone who criticizes him is just instant bans, instant trying to justify why he banned them, just immature, like childish behavior on his part. Almost banned me because I told him his game needed updates so many times. Almost banned me for that. Every time anyone tells him anything, he just stops talking to them, just ignores them, and just a terrible developer and a boring, not unfun game. That's really all I have to say about Susa in 2020. So, I know this video is a bit of a ranting video, but I do hope you guys enjoyed it a little bit, or I do hope that I shedded some light on the situation. And I just wanted to say how I feel pretty much about this game, since I've devoted so much of my time to this game, a year and 2 months of my time to this game, just to see it fall in the manner that it is. And say the developer of this game was Lord Jerd. Imagine Lord Jerd, the Island Royale creator, developing Strucid. There would be updates time and time again. He would adapt to the code, etc., etc. Andrew should just give up ownership of this game, but he's obviously not going to because it makes him money. So that's all I have to say. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you for all the support. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so make sure to smash that subscribe button and that like button. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.